Welcome to Minnesota Sports Talk. I'm Josh Coan.
I'm Carter Burquest.
Today we're talking about our Minnesota Vikings. I know it's not football season, but basketball season's over. Kind of in the summer abyss, especially in Minnesota when, quite frankly, don't want to watch the Twins or talk about the Twins at all. It's sort of depressing right now that I even brought it up. So we're talking about the Minnesota Vikings, a team that has a bright future, a good team, won the division, 11-5, bringing back everybody, even maybe a little more help on the line. A lot of pressure now on Teddy Bridgewater. In fact, Mike Zimmer even said that he texted Bridgewater and Peterson and said no excuses anymore. You have the line. Like they went and spent money on the offensive line, got him a receiver in the first round. What are your expectations for Teddy in year 3?
I think it's got to be high. I mean, he's shown progression his 2 years. Last year he didn't really have an offensive line or receivers to speak of for that matter. Diggs looked okay. Michael also was not good, and he didn't have a line to block for him anyways. But I think this year you went out and got the receiver in the draft. You signed offensive lineman, a Glore. Basically redid your offensive line, which I think can be a fantastic offensive line with depth and top line talent. Numbers, it's hard to put a number on just because you still have Adrian behind you. So I don't think he's going to be that guy that's going to throw for 35 touchdowns just because you have such a dynamic, once-in-a-generation running back right behind you. That's going to take away, not only shorten the game, take away passes, different things like that. But I think Teddy's definitely a 25 touchdown, 10 interception guy. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Adrian Peterson made news earlier in the summer when he said that he reminds him of Tom Brady, a younger Tom Brady, which, of course, everybody's like, oh, that's ridiculous. Tom Brady might be the best quarterback ever. He's got 4 Super Bowls. He's great, whatever. Yes. They have the same initials, so they do have that in common. So there's a comparison. But I do see similarities between Teddy Bridgewater and Tom Brady. And now don't freak out. Again, all of the things I just said. He's not Tom Brady. He probably never will be. Decent chance he doesn't win 4 Super Bowls. We just want him to win 1, quite honestly, in Minnesota. But the fact that he excels on the underneath and the timing routes. And that's where Tom Brady has made his money. He's really only had 1 good year where he's really stretched the field, and that was with Randy Moss, when he had a guy that literally he could just throw it up and Moss would go get it.
Probably the greatest receiver
of all time. And
he's
probably, in my opinion, the greatest receiver. That's why we still got his jersey hanging up. He's the greatest receiver of all time, in my opinion. But other than that, Brady has excelled on the underneath stuff. When you bring in they've brought in other receivers. If they're not great route runners, they don't do well in Tom Brady's system. So in that sense, I think Teddy Bridgewater can be a Tom Brady type quarterback. High expectations. I don't think he's ever going to be a huge numbers guy, a big fantasy quarterback. Everybody wants him to throw, 35 touchdowns because that's what you want in fantasy football these days. But with a great defense, he doesn't have to be that kind of guy. He's high completion, get it to your guys underneath. Treadwell's another one of those guys.
And most of all, win games.
Yeah.
And that's what he has done, and that's what I think he will continue to do, as I think we can talk about season predictions later, but I think we will continue to win plenty of games, and that should be the ultimate measurable for a quarterback. Not touchdowns, not interceptions, not yards. Games won. And I think that's overlooked a lot of times in this fantasy world. Let's look at the games won, and he's won a lot of them.
Yeah. I always say stats are for losers. Win a game. I'd rather see a win than a stat any day.
For sure.
All right, that's all we got. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.